Good morning. Well, I'm saying good morning now, right? It's all about perspective. Maybe if I say good in front of morning enough times today, I will start believing it. I'm not so sure. I'm here, and I will answer your questions. But it has been a morning. I am much calmer now than I was 5 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. Good morning, Dawn. Whew. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to rant this morning or not. Right now, I am actually typing a prompt into an AI. I was listening to, well, here lately I've heard a lot of really good stuff about Gemini, and I pay for a super cool little program online type thing that is that brings like all the AIs together. So by paying for it, I have access to them all. And one of the perks is having Gemini. So I figured, well, let me see. Because what the guy was saying was that he asked ChatGPT, which I love ChatGPT, but he had asked ChatGPT for some really good titles for YouTube videos. And he said, what a couple of them were, and he didn't like them. And granted, what he said he got wasn't very good. But he stuck the same prompt into Gemini and got some really super good ones. So I'm trying to stick a prompt into Gemini and see if it gives me something different for my morning chat. We've got 2 people watching. Please ask questions if you have any. I have had quite the morning. Quite the morning. It's only 8:30 here. And I've had quite the morning. Are you sure you want to hear? Let me start with this. I need a prompt. A prop, not a prompt. I need a prop. So, keep up. The batteries die in these things. Taking this apart to put a new battery in really wasn't that big of a deal. Getting the battery out of that stupid little bleepity bleep blister pack was a big deal. Let me back up a little bit. So this morning, I get up, going about the day, and Joey, I'm trying to get the food and the bowls for the boys, and Joey decides that Jamesy's giving him a look, or he's going to get a piece of food more than that Jamesy's going to get a piece of food more than him. So Joey goes after Jamesy. He catches him from behind. So Jamesy had no way to recourse. All he could do was move off, right? I can't find my spray bottle because my husband can't put anything back where he gets it from. So I end up taking my gallon jug of water that I use to make my coffee with and dumping it in the middle of the kitchen floor on top of the boys to get them to separate. That was several minutes into the altercation after I had tried to get Joey loose by pulling on his legs, by getting in between them. I had tried all the things. Thankfully, I didn't get bit in all that mess. And Jamesy is okay. He's probably just sore. There was no broken skin. But I was 10 shades of mad. None of them had been out yet. Joey was going in his crate at this point. I took him out because I didn't want to clean that up. So I took him out and then I put him in his crate. I went upstairs, cleaned up the water, finished fixing the food. Came back down, got him, brought him upstairs, got everybody fed. Then I start looking for Tylenol. Because I wanted to give Jamesy a Tylenol because he's obviously sore from the altercation. I couldn't find a single Tylenol in the entire house. There's no Advil in the house. There's no Tylenol in the house. I'm the only one that buys it, but I haven't used it in months. I text my husband. He has the Tylenol because there wasn't any more ibuprofen. It's like, look, if you're going to use it, you need to tell me if you're going to use it and not buy any so that I'll buy some more. The Tylenol's for the dogs. I wasn't happy with the response I got to that. We'll just leave it at that. Good morning, Bobby. So we keep a first aid kit in the truck. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go out to the truck. So I went ahead and took Wilson and James out, got them. They went to the bathroom, came back in. I grabbed my keys. I go out to the truck to check in the first aid kit. The door won't open. Like, my key fob won't work. I pull on the handle. There's no lights coming on. My husband was recently working on the truck. I was like, well, the battery must be dead. So I text him. I tell him the battery's dead on the truck. He's like, it's not the battery. It's just the key fob. There's new batteries in the drawer. I'm like, okay. But before I go in and put a new battery in the drawer, put a new battery in the key fob. I was like, I'll just use my key to unlock the door. Smart, right? I have a key. I don't need the key fob to get in the truck because all I needed to do was get in the truck to get to the first aid kit to look for the Tylenol. That's all. That's it. No harm, no foul. Use the key. That's what it's there for, right? Makes sense? Who in Dodge and who else? Because I love Dodge. But who in that company decided that it was okay that if you use the actual key This little thing, if you use this to unlock the door to your vehicle, why would the alarm go off? And you've got no way to turn it off because the freaking key fob is dead. Somebody please explain this to me. So my poor neighbors and all of the surrounding dogs and myself have to listen to the alarm going off for God knows how long while I'm in the house trying to get this thing apart and get that stupid little battery out of the freaking blister pack. By the time I got the battery out of the blister pack, the alarm had quit. Dawn's over here laughing in the chat. She thinks it's hilarious. I'm seeing red, like literally seeing red. I finally get the Bobby says I have an extra fob, thank God. You know what? I'm gonna go buy one because I literally texted my husband. I was like, "Is your key fob here by chance?" Used to be when we each owned our own vehicle. He had keys to my vehicle. I had keys to him. I carried all the keys. I still do carry all the keys on one key ring. He left the keys to my vehicle at the house, only carried the keys to his. So I was like, well, maybe he left his keys here and I could just turn the alarm off. Not only does he take his sweet time to answer me, he has all of his keys with him. So I'm still, by the time he answered me back, I had, the alarm had stopped anyway. Robin's like, just go back to bed already. You know what? That's actually a pretty good idea. Oh, MG. I was so mad this morning. Yeah, because I'm like that. I keep extras, just like Advil and Tylenol. I have multiple bottles all over the house. How did I know that he found them all and used them all? Took them with him. Why? Why would you do that? If you don't buy them, why wouldn't you tell the person that does buy them, we need to buy more? Oh, right? It's like, I'm so... Dodge, if you're listening, and any other car manufacturer, if we use the key, the alarm should not go off. Car manufacturers everywhere, fix this. That's stupid as... I get so upset my face is itching. So yep. And here we are. Okay, Robin says, things I never knew. I was today years old. Robin says, in a pinch, you can take a pencil eraser and rub it on the dead battery. It should activate the battery enough for you to turn off the alarm. I didn't have a pencil eraser. Thankfully, the alarm stopped. Yeah. So Don said, but you know what, Robin? That's really good to know, because say I was out somewhere. Maybe I could use it to get the vehicle started, because once you get it started, you can drive it, right? Even if once you get it started and you're moving, I'm pretty sure you can just drive it. It's not going to stop driving. Like if your battery dies in the middle and the key fob is not detected, you can still go. So it might be able to get you home, so having that. So I think I'm going to put an eraser in the first aid kit somewhere in the truck, just with a note to remind me how to use it. Dawn says, cars are designed by engineers. My daughter's car, you have to take the fender off to get to the battery. What the absolute bleep? Like, really? Why would you have to take a whole battery off? I mean, a whole battery off. Why would you have to take a whole See, I'm still very, very frustrated and upset this morning. I can't even talk. Good morning, Vic. I'm still trying to figure out whether about the good part of it. I'm not going to rehash the whole story, so you might have to go back to the beginning. Let's just say that this and Jamesy and Joey and blister packs for the little batteries that go in these things and a husband have made my life a living hell this morning. Yep. The key in all of this is males. I am not a man basher by any means. I am not a man basher. I live in a house full of males. I'm the only female. I've got 3 male dogs, a husband, and a male ferret. I'm the only female in the house. So I'm not a man basher by any means. But damn it, they piss me off. I think it might be a 3-cup kind of day. Or I just take Robin's advice and I just go back to bed. Which is actually some pretty solid advice. Dawn says, oh, no. Dawn says, hey, I woke up to a few inches of snow today. Brr. Make me cold. LL Stash Larry says, question, does your accounting work for anything other than eBay? Beautiful thing is about my workbook, it's made for business. The one that is designed for reselling or eBay, the only difference is it has some tools in there that are specific for eBay. Otherwise, the bookkeeping is exactly the same. So if you have a business outside of reselling, I have a different workbook. I'm actually, after tax season, I'm going to combine the two things so that it's only one link to go to, and then you can just pick the one that you want. But yeah, the one that's designed for resellers, there's 2 versions of it. One has the eBay tools, and one has the eBay tools and Poshmark tools. Then the regular bookkeeping version is just your expenses, your mileage, the total snapshots page, so it'll still do up to 4 vehicles, and it'll do up to 8 revenue sources, and total everything together. And it has the home office calculator in there, so it will absolutely help you be perfectly straight with all of your bookkeeping, no matter what business you do. It's primarily designed for sole props and LLCs. So Larry says, okay, because I also deliver for DoorDash and Uber Eats and whatever else I can get into. And see, I use the one workbook for that I resell with. I use the one workbook for all my revenue streams right at the moment, because I'm dividing them up for 2023. And then for 2024, I'm actually switching away from my workbook for 2 of my businesses. And I'm going to start using Xero. I'm an accountant for Xero. So I can have clients in Xero, and I'm going to have myself in Xero. So it's just going to make part of my accounting that much, much easier. But I'm still going to use my workbook for 1, maybe 2 of my businesses, because everything's getting separated. But I'm going to make one of my goals is to make a one that's like specifically for DoorDash type driving gigs. So Robin says, is garage sale income taxable if I'm putting some of my inventory as an expense? So here's the thing. Because you're a reseller, it's just an additional revenue stream in your resale business. And it's always been taxable. So garage sale income has always been taxable. Whether or not you had to claim it, and whether or not you claimed it as a business, or you claimed it the income like more like a hobby type thing, which in that case it would be you only have to pay tax on what is over and above what you put into it. So in a garage sale, generally speaking, everything that we put out there, we're selling for less than what we paid for it, right? So that being said, we wouldn't have any revenue left from the yard sale to pay tax on. But if you want to be able to do what I talk about, you want to claim the income so you can claim the expenses. That's the only way it makes it work. Larry says, I do more gig work than eBay now. And you know what? I've had several people come through my as tax clients this year that do driving gig work, and they're doing really well. I've been very impressed with the number of first year resellers that have come through. And because they have the information from the group, they've grown to six figures in a year's time, and I think it's fantastic because they just kind of they keep their head down, they do what they get taught about, and they're making it happen. Whew. Thank y'all for letting me vent this morning. I'm telling you, I might have to go back to bed because, like, it was just too much and too short of a period of time. And I'm like, I've been exhausted anyway. And now I'm just like, we've got 6 people watching. Hit that thumbs up, please. If you have any questions, we've got a couple more minutes. And so drop your questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. Vic says, I need to go back to bed. I really think I need to go back to bed. But I'm not. I have way too much stuff to do. Dawn says, go to bed. You will feel better when you get up. Yeah, I'm just not so sure. I'm telling you what, it was one of those mornings that if I could have just loaded all the dogs up and took off to go camping somewhere, anywhere, Walmart parking lot, I don't care, just get away from this house, I would have just done it. I've started looking for a Class A. If anyone knows somebody that can, we have somebody in one of the groups that I have talked to, and I can't remember what his name is. The name that he goes by on Facebook is not his name. It's like him and his wife, or the store name, or something like that. But yeah. Dawn says the Walmart parking lot. Been there, done that. I mean, it is what it is. Camping is it's my happy space. It's my happy place. It's my, it's my self-care. Getting away from the house, smaller place, less to take care of. It's crazy. It's like I don't mind cooking as much. I keep things cleaner. Everything is organized. I still get very frustrated at my husband for not staying organized, but I think that's just different personalities. Larry says, I sit in the Walmart parking lot when doing the gig work, waiting for orders. Larry, guess what? I, very first time, ordered from DoorDash this week. I'd never done it before. And it was great. Like, I saved $10 on the order. I used a 40% off coupon that they had. Then DoorDash gave me like another percentage for trying Dash Pass, and I got some decent food ordered or delivered, and the guy was like, here you go, have a great day. It's like, wow, this is great. So yeah, Dash Pass is probably a lot in my future. Larry says, well, I didn't get the order, bummer. Yeah, I don't think you would have wanted that particular drive. It probably wouldn't have paid very well. Although I do I think I tipped okay. I still tipped at least 20%. Um, like I said, it was my first. I didn't know what to expect. Larry says, I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. I've been up there. So yeah, driving down to Maryland to pick up my order probably wouldn't have been very helpful for you. Um, we have driven to Philadelphia just to get a sandwich though. And there's this place in New York that has we were watching a video that has these absolutely incredible looking Reubens. And we were talking about driving up there just for the sandwich. Um, I realized over the last week that I've actually done that quite a lot, taken long drives just for food. I mean, I'm all about not having to cook, but All right, y'all. We have 7 people watching. We have 6 thumbs up. So if you haven't done the thumbs up yet, please do. And it's Friday. So tomorrow is my youngest granddaughter's birthday. And I won't get to see her. She's in North Carolina. But tomorrow's her birthday. And I will see everyone back on Monday morning. Thank you. Thank you, Vic. I will let her know. All right. Have a great day, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate it. I'll let her know. Thank you, Dawn. It's already gotten better. I appreciate you all. Buy some Tylenol. Yes. I am definitely buying some Tylenol. And then I'm also gonna buy a lockbox, and I'm gonna put the Tylenol and the Advil in the lockbox and hide the key. It's for my doggies. All right, bye y'all. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.